I already did it. That's it. That's the beginning. Hi.
Um,
Hi,
Hi.
everyone. Welcome back to LesBia-n-D, a queer Dungeons and Dragons as of now, but tabletop in general RPG podcast. I guess it's a podcast. Whatever. Um, wherein me and a couple of my friends are playing D&D, and it's going well. I deleted all of my notes and had a meltdown before. Accidentally deleted all of them. Had a meltdown about an hour before we started recording. It was a real mess. But we got it back. Thank Google, one time in my life I was able to get it back. Anyway, um, going down this list, starting with Duateng, who is voiced and played by.
Hello. I'm Lexo, and I play Duting.
Thank you. And
Uh,
next up is Misery. Introduce yourself, and you're playing Misery. We know that.
Yes, and my name's Petra.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
and now, out. Last but certainly not least, with the funny cowboy hat, is the woman herself. Big dog,
I'm
woof
Ashley.
woof. That one. Her name is Ashley. I talked over her. Anyway, let's. I don't want to do a. I'll do a brief recap this episode because I lost all my notes and I'm like really itching to do stuff. And last episode, you guys didn't even do one punch the whole time. There was not a single hit or actual gameplay. It was just me using exposition the whole time. And you talked to a dwarf barmaid, or I guess bar owner. It was pretty cool. And then really, really insulted really badly. You guys remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
last episode, we picked up right up where we left off. Episode one, the plasmoid picked through bodies. Then the the lizardkin that they had saved from the abuse of the bandits nearby or the local ruffians, um, kind of shoved an armadillo into the hands of our main characters and then ran off. And then the three stooges over here went on to spend a good 40 to 50 minutes just poking and harassing this poor creature, showing off that it changes color and has some very strange properties. After Duatang was finally able to pick it up and put it into her bagpipe and soothe it a little bit. They go to the local saloon that they just killed those ruffians outside of. They got uh, they got a room each, and later in the night, after resting a little bit and having food, they try to gather information on Almost Brand, the man they have been tasked with killing. Um, or at the very least, disposing of. And at this tavern, Mizray, who was never quite the adept one in social situations, as per her character, as you'd imagine from someone who's lived hundreds of years underground alone, um, she tried to rush through the busy saloon to the back, ran directly into Jenny, the owner who was making food, spilled food everywhere, and caused a great disturbance, really embarrassing. Walked back to her table with everyone else. Then tried to get on the counter, or it was either the plasmoid or Mizray, or both tried to get on the counter and get the attention of the crowded saloon, both failing miserably. And personally, my favorite, our local bard decided to the best way, and she's seen some saloon fare, so as you might expect, Duatang pulls out the most country of instruments, the reed pipes, and starts playing Rick Astley's Gonna Give You Up while weaving through the crowd, absolutely enchanting them. With Rick Astley's beautiful, beautiful baritone voice, or I guess maybe he's tenor. He's got a pretty wide range. Anyway, um, and then instead of asking anybody about Almost Brand, the whole reason they were trying to get people's attention, She just then busked for money, and all of you got like a pretty fucking good payday out of it. And then Jenny, after finally everything died down a little, took some time, spoke to Duotang and said, "Hey, that was some good performing." And uh, they finally got down to business of asking where the only reason they're in town was the man. And while bumbling through it like only these beautiful companions could, Mizray once more managed to insult Jenny and um, and kind of ruin the friendship as they try to explain why they need to find this man Almost Brand, who Jenny explained was a general of the nation that is currently being ruled over by a not especially popular king, and Almost Brand, being a top general, does not show much favor, does not invite much favor from the masses. And so she said, after an initial pretty friendly introduction to the group, maybe starting to grow a bit of rapport, it was shattered in a moment, and they've been kicked out, and they know where Almost Brand is, or at least they know the direction Almost Brand is. So their plan right now was, what did you guys decide again? It was that you guys were going to take the Sandskiffs north to the capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you believe, I would say rightfully so, that you probably can't take on a military commander in his fortress in the desert by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where we find ourselves. Our characters have been given a world map, the general destination, which is all you guys really know, north, and to get to the capital, which is of course, as we all know. In my notes, I didn't forget. Um, the capital is, of course, Samos, right? Of course. Now, you guys. So it's been a night. You guys have your long rest. You should all be back up to full health. You have all your spells back, even though none of you have used any spell slots. And um, well, you guys find yourself in the morning. You know that the Sandskiffs are the sandboats are at the north end of town. So about a couple of buildings, a couple of buildings after you exit to the right of the saloon is the dock where you see a lot of people, not really hurriedly, but certainly the most busy part of town, loading and unloading things onto crates, onto these boats, ready to ship them out and receive supplies for the town. So, it is up to you guys how you want to proceed. How are you guys going to acquire one of these boats is, I think, probably... It's not something I will force on you. I'm not going to just say, you guys go there, and there's a boat, and you take it, and you leave.
Oh, I assume this is like a public transport kind of situation.
You assumed this medieval this western rundown town at the very south of the country on a destitute border of a destitute country has good public transportation that will take you the ostensibly like 50 to 60 miles through blazing deserts for free.
Like, not for free, I thought we just pay them.
Okay, well, there's no public transportation, that much is clear. All of you walk down the streets and you start making your way to the shipyard, the Sandskiffs, and mostly what you can see is a lot of merchants. Not anything probably worth stealing before the plasmoid gets any ideas. Um, it's a lot. It's just general provisions. You notice though a significant lack of water, and there's some livestock here and there, and maybe some canned goods, but it doesn't seem like a lot of food is also either shipping in, and certainly none is shipping out.
Gotcha.
So what you see when you walk inside is a lot of a lot of these Sandskiffs. So they're low to the ground, almost kind of like if you attached a sail to a banana, like a Viking longboat, but thinner, and instead of riding the water, it rides the sand. You see some cranes and pulleys for shipping and receiving, and a bustle of activity of about 20, 30 people. Nearest to you, right now, you see a small goblin with a clipboard, barking some orders at other goblins near you. But there's also in this building, which is housing the Sandskiffs. There's maybe 4 or 5 of them in total, and most of them seem like they've seen their fair share of use. They're like the holes are creaking and splintered in some areas. The decks. The decks have divots in them from going over sand dunes and bending the boat slightly once they reach back down. There's some that are in better repair than others, but most of them are pretty run down. Notably, though, there is the boat those goblins are working on is a little more opulent than the rest. It's got a fresh coat of paint. It's got a fresh coat of paint. It's in much better repair. It looks it's and you get close to it. It's kind of got that new car smell on it.
Hmm.
Do people work here 24/7?
Hey, Mr. A, do you mind moving closer to the microphone or speaking up a little louder? It's a little hard to hear.
Is that better?
Marginally, not much.
How about that?
Way better. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what? I could not hear you. What were you saying?
Okay. Do the people work here 24/7, or do they go home at night?
Um.
Well, do some of them go home at night?
Well, I mean, you guys just got here, and it's like 7, 8 in the morning. So, you'd have to ask around. About their like schedules.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Maybe scoot back a little bit from the microphone because we can hear you breathing, and it does sound like there's like a loud explosion happening about once every a second or so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you in this position of either we can't hear you or we hear you too much. So, anyway, just lean forward into the microphone when you're speaking and lean away when you're not. Anyway, so the general scene is like people of all races hustling about in their yeehaw attire. Most of them, you see on the far right, there's a little loading dock to put cattle on and off. You see, some of the ranchers are bringing sheep from their ranches onto the boats, and in turn, you see a couple like chickens walking off the other side of that same boat. Most of these Sandskiffs are loaded to basically capacity, from what you can see. Like, there's not a lot of walking space, or it's mostly cargo on these ships.
Mhm.
So you guys, again, like I said, 7 or 8 in the morning. You guys walk down to the shipyard. You're right at the entrance, and you do. Well, I won't tell you. I won't say.
So, early in the morning, are they mostly loading or unloading?
Well, okay. They are mostly unloading.
Hmm.
But you guys, I'm gonna give you. I'm just gonna say this without like making you guys look into it a little more. You guys know how poor communities work, right? They don't really have a lot to ship out.
Yeah.
So, like in general, it's just gonna be more unloading than loading because they just don't have a lot to give.
So, if things are being unloaded and there's not much going in, there should be space, right?
Yeah, well, there should be space if you wait for sure. But that doesn't mean that you guys don't already have like. Well, I mean, I was just gonna say you don't have like guaranteed transport on any of these boats. Is your guys' plan to just wait throughout the day and to see if like the boxes are taken off and you can ask somebody? I don't know. You'll wait till there's more room on these skiffs, right? Is that
Maybe
well?
we
That you
just
guys
ask
have to collectively agree, obviously.
I
We
think
could
someone should
just-
ask. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's all good.
You could what?
Yeah, we could just ask the goblin about, like,
I
'cause
mean,
he
hey,
seems to be in, like, an authoritative position.
that's hey. I mean, I would say a pretty decent idea is just ask somebody in charge if you can have a ride. Does make sense, but also you don't have to. It's up to the three of you. Oh, actually, like instead of trying to make a group decision all of the time, I just want you guys to tell me what your character does in this situation and like just like move without obviously asking because it's not like you're always stopping to debate with your friends about what you're gonna do immediately next.
Is it not?
What? No. You guys are adventurers out in this dusty town. You're not gonna spend a solid 20 minutes before you decide to do anything. Sometimes you're just gonna have to act. Or you're gonna be like, your character just does what they think is best in that moment.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Hmm?
You go.
No, you go.
No. Oh my god.
Just speak. Just speak. It's okay. It's a safe space. Oh my god. Okay, Ms. Ray, you speak then.
Okay, I'm gonna go ask the dwarf about getting one of the Sandskiffs.
You mean you're gonna go ask Jenny back in the saloon?
No, was it not a dwarf?
It was a goblin.
Goblin.
A goblin. Sorry, I'm gonna go.
El
ask the
Goblino. Okay. Yeah. But I'm guessing both the plasmoid and Ms. Ray go up to this goblin.
Yeah, same plan, yeah.
Same plan. Okay. Duotang, do you got anything going on?
I was thinking like my first thought was like to just find a way into like a crate. So I was like, go to the plasma and it's like, can I have a crowbar?
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Mizray and the plasmoid go up to this goblin who's short, but not really. Well, it's shorter than you guys, but taller than most goblins. And so it comes up to about your he comes up to about your guys' chest, and he's got like these beady brown eyes, and um he's wearing auspiciously a very a much nicer gown. He's wearing some like underneath he's wearing some brand new leather armor, and over it he has like this really kind of just a horrible clown vomit kaleidoscope of really glittery of a really glittery scarf kind of shawl over it, and his black hair is greased back.
Oh.
So you guys come up to this goblin, and the plasmoid and Mizray go to speak, and before Mizray starts speaking, Duotang walks up to the plasmoid, pats it on the back, and like whispers, "Can I have a crowbar?"
I, I kind of just like sludge push one of them
Yeah. It slow.
out in the direction of Duotang.
Okay. You don't turn. You don't react. It's like you guys are having this secret meeting. You put your arm around the plasmoid, and so like you're side by side, and your other hand behind your back, and grab it from out behind.
Yes!
And so while you do that, Mizray starts speaking, and Mizray asks the goblin,
How much to get a Sandskiff?
Yeah, the goblin does not even react. He's pretty busy. You see, he's pretty busy. Like he's still barking orders. You might have to be a little more firm to get his attention.
Do I have?
Well, I'm not saying you need to beat the guy up. I'm just saying you need to maybe like say something or make a show to get his attention.
Grappling is just by the clothes, right? Pretty much.
If you say it is, are you saying you're gonna grab him and spin him around?
Like, yeah, just like grab the side of his shirt. I'm just gonna pull him around to face us.
And you're gonna lift him off his little goblin feet? So he's like slightly dangling in the air. Okay. This is not the exact approach I would have taken, but so Mizray says, "Hey, how much for one of these skiffs, or like how much for these skiffs?" And you guys don't get a response. The goblin probably didn't hear you, so the plasmoid goes to like the scruff of this goblin's neck, picks him up by his really pretty shawl, spins him around to face the plasmoid slightly off of the ground. And while this is happening, I'm guessing Duotang is like, well, what is Duotang doing with this crowbar?
Just standing menacingly.
Standing menacingly nearby. Okay, you're
like
you're
when
not
they have-
doing
when they
anything.
have, like-
You're not like running around sneakily to go into any crates. You're just like watching this unfold.
Yeah. I think he'd probably look around and be like, some of these crates have to go back on the boats.
That is true. That is true. So, what crate or what boat are you trying to get on? Is the thing.
The nice one. With
Yeah.
the car smell.
Okay, the one these goblins are on. All right. You pick so the plasmoid picks up this goblin, and he says, "What? What? Huh? What? Unhand me, sir," he says. Or he says to the plasmoid. I'll have you know, I am. I don't take kindly to this, and I'm quite important, sir.
I'll put you down when you answer her question.
What kind of? What kind of nonsense is this? Is this? Do you go to your grandmother and lift her by the neck when she cannot? When you need to ask her a question? Let me go, you troglodyte.
Wow.
I lift him a little higher off the ground.
Yes.
As you do this, roll an intimidation check, by the way.
Okay, where is it?
It would be under intimidation.
Yeah. I would imagine so.
So it's where your checks are, and it's intimidation.
There we go. 14.
Okay. You can see he starts sweating a little bit and trembling and says, "I'll have you know, my name is Nyart, Nyart, Nyart Afia, and I'll have you know, it would be in your best interest to unhand me." And while his voice starts trembling a little bit, and the little greased back hair starts getting a little disheveled, you notice the goblins who were being yelled at turn to look at you as there's no more orders coming in, and they start getting closer to you.
Okay, I put my hand on the plasmoid as like on her on their shoulder, and I'm
Mhm.
like, let's put him down.
Okay, I slowly put him down to the ground and just kind of brush on his shoulder.
Okay. He says, okay, well, now that we're acting a little more civilized, what was it you needed? You can tell he's kind of furious that you touched his shawl, especially scrunching it up like that. He's like wearing you can tell this person cares a lot about the way they're dressed, and you really absolutely fucked with it. Anyway, you can tell he's pissed and trying, but too both bewildered and a little scared to say anything, and to just say fuck off and leave.
Mhm.
Okay, I say, hi, we need to get on one of Sandskiffs, and might I say, what a mighty fine shawl you've got on. It's
Okay.
adorable.
Please roll a do you mean it? Do you mean is it a nice shawl, or do you not? Is that real, or is that fake?
That's right.
You believe it's a nice shawl. Okay. Even though, like I said, it looks like a kaleidoscope of clown vomit.
I think it's
Okay.
gorgeous.
Then please roll please roll a charisma check. It's not really persuasion. It's just kind of being charismatic.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. I got a 20.
You did get it. You did get it.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. They did get like an exact 20. I saw that. That was a nat 20. He is I mean, this would have been a pretty easy roll anyway. But now that someone's noticed his outfit, he starts getting super excited. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! I can't believe you've noticed. I was back in. I've recently come into some money, and I went down to the Renaissance Empire, on the board of the Renaissance Empire, and you know how the Capia theocracy has, clearly someone with your eye, the best artisans are in the theocracy, of course, and I recently spent about several months there, and I can't believe somebody noticed. The people around, the help, they don't really respect those kinds of things like you do. And you can tell he is pleased as punch. He is tickled pink by what you said. And while you say this, he kind of hand waves away the other goblins to go. He like shoos them away and says, "Oh, go get to work, you." Um, and he takes the moment. He says, "Well, of course. Well, I mean, unfortunately, There's not much room on these Sandskiffs. We have a lot of. Well, I don't know. I mean, for us personally, you just would not be able to get aboard. But I do know." And he points over to the far side where the cattle was being stored, put off and on. He said, "I do know a young fellow over there named n- named oh, what's his name? His name is. This is not the approach I expected you guys to go through. So I don't have all of the names for these characters. I don't even okay, what was the name? It was something Affio was this goblin's name. Anyway. Um
I think it started with an N.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it was Nyar it was GNIAR something.
So not an N.
No, it was GN. It was Gnyar. Gnyar.
Yeah. I was
Uh,
like, near.
You know Nyar.
Like,
You know shredding it. You can tell he's pretty hip with the kids. He's got it like a skateboard slung over his shoulder, of course.
Hello.
Um, he tra- No, he does not. He says, "Oh, over there is my friend Grant Pinwheel." Grant Pinwheel is his name. Yes, I know a young fellow by the name of Grant Pinwheel over there, and he may have some passage for you if you have the coin. But, I mean, it depends on where you're heading. He's got to go all over. He goes from the town to town, the ranch to ranch, and he's got picking up supplies, trading, selling. I you got like. I know he might be able to give you passage, but it depends on where you guys intend to go.
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna head over to Pinwheel.
Okay, Grand Pinwheel. Grand Pin. You go over to what you can only the man you can only imagine to be Grand Pinwheel, and which is to say, the only person unloading and loading farm animals onto this. Um. So, the 4 or 5 Sandskiffs that you've seen, that you've passed by, like I said, some have been in disrepair. This one feels more like if you got like, if you went outside and saw, you went out on like a hike and you saw a really cool stick on the ground. It's like, oh, this is the stick. It's like it's a good walking stick or a good like sword or wand. You pick that up and you carry that with you. Well, it's kind of like a collect. This Sandskiff is like a collection of those, which is to say, it looks like a bunch of driftwood with a sail that has several patched holes in it of different colored cloth. And unloading and unloading these animals is a very tall, very buff, but very just just ancient man, in similarly patched clothing as the sails.
Did everyone follow me over, or is it just me?
Well, that's a good
Oh,
question.
I came with.
Yeah.
So you're just holding the crowbar?
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
Duotang would be like, "Oh," and then gave it back.
He's like, oh, there's no need for me to break in because now we're kind of friends with this
Yeah.
goblin. Okay.
Hold
You
on, I
go
have to add
over.
it back to my inventory. Um,
You go over
Oh,
to this old man, and you notice as you get closer that in his mane of wild gray white hair, in he has a beard roughly to his shins, and one of his eyes is missing. Just not there. It where an eye would be. He's not wearing an eye patch. Is just a blank hole. So, how do you guys proceed?
guess just ask if he's going to the capital.
Okay. Um. So do that. Use your words.
Like are you headed to the capital? Like
So you walk up to this guy loading and unloading crates on like so. To give to paint a better picture, between each of these boats is like a little bit of a dry dock, so or liter as it would have to be, but it's got like a little pier encircling each of these boats, and he's walking animals off and on a ramp to this broken shambles of a raft. So while he's doing that, you're on this little pier, at the back of it. Do you just go turn the corner and say, "Are you going to the capital?"
yeah, just call out to him and ask.
Just as the goblin didn't initially notice, he also does not notice you. But you get the impression that's because currently he is too focused on a goat eating his beard.
Hmm.
And he's trying to like pull it out of this goat's mouth.
Okay, I take my rations out of my bag. I have a day of rations in my adventuring gear.
You're taking okay, all of your rations?
Just one. It says there's like 10.
Okay, okay.
And I'm just gonna toss it next to the goat to hopefully distract it.
Roll a dexterity check for me.
Oh, 8.
Yeah, you go to toss it right next to this goat, and it winds up hitting the man, the Grant pinwheel in the foot, and the goat does notice it and stops eating that beard, but then has now gone to Grant, and this ration of like dried meat and vegetables, and more interestingly to the goat, a brown paper sack that smells really nice. It starts eating that and a little bit of Grant's boot.
Intriguing.
And he says, God, fucking God, hell dang it, not again! Jezebel, this is the third time this week! And he tries to, like, pick her up. He picks her up off of his leg, and, like, puts this whole goat under his shoulder. Like, holding it with one arm under his shoulder, kind of like how you'd hold a basketball.
Okay.
And it goes limp and still holding that paper bag of rations, or that, like, I guess more like an animal skin of rations. Which is
Cool.
just you guys are a little unnerved because it is eating the meat and vegetables and animal skin that is surrounding and it is a goat, but While this is happening, the man picks up. While he picks it up, Granth looks at you and says, "Oh, hell! Now, what can I do for you, for y'all?"
Um, d- do you happen to have any space on your skiffs?
Oh yeah, y'all got some sweet little animals for me, of course. Yeah, I got space. I mean,
Actually, we were wondering if we could hitch a ride up to the capital if you're headed that way.
huh? When you say this, he looks devastated.
Oh,
Yeah, like when you first mentioned asking for space, he was really excited, because. But when you mentioned it would not be animals, but it would be you, his expression turned very different very fast. He said, well, now I don't. Well, pardon me for saying, but I don't rightly like uh people. And the capital, well, that's a mighty fine ways. I mean, though, my good goop, I don't know what you are. I mean, maybe Jezebel will know. He he whispers into the goat's ear something that you guys can't quite make out. And the goat is still eating the paper bag, and then does a little baa, and he nods and says, he says, of course, and of course, Jezebel, as right as always, and uh, he sets her down, and she goes to start chewing on you, um, the plasmoid. And he said, "Well, oh, it's just her chew test, you know. She likes to chew on things she doesn't understand."
I was gonna say we have an animal. We have Ollie.
Do you say that to
Oh.
him?
If that would help, it'd be like, we got an animal.
You got. You say, oh, you do got an animal. I mean, are y'all coming with? While the plasmoid is slowly being chewed on by this goat, this guy runs to the front of the skiff. Pulls out a notebook that is like a leather notebook with most of the pages missing or bent, dog-eared with of dog not missing but dog-eared. There's some sticky note. There's some bookmarks here and there. And she said, "Y'all got an animal? Okay, what is it? What is it? Name, species."
It's armadillo. A magic armadillo that changes colors.
Ma-
My name is Ollie.
Magic armadillo. Okay. What's its name? You said it's magic.
Yeah, her name is Ollie.
Sorry, pardon.
Ollie, Broly, Ollie.
Pardon.
Huh?
Its name is Robert. Okay. Where he scribbles more into the little notebook. So
Dorotang's like, bitch, the fuck? Broly, Ollie.
I'm sorry. Are you all? Is that some sort of slang these kids are using these days? I don't know what that is. Anyway, you got your you got your armadillo named Robert. You guys got any other animals?
No, just us.
Okay, good to know. So did you want this armadillo like shipped out to? What do you want to do with this thing?
We were hoping we could tag along as close to the capital as you're getting. We can pay you for your trouble, and we can keep out of your way.
We. What do y'all mean we? What do y'all mean we? I transport animals. You guys,
Could we
at this
also
point,
go on the skiff?
again, he looks especially crestfallen. And when you say it again.
We
Uh,
are the armadillo's companions, so we must get on.
oh, you guys have an armadillo to sell? Or you guys want an armadillo to trade? Okay. Well, going rate for those is not too great around these parts. Pretty common. You say you got an armadillo to sell? What's its name? What's
How frail is this character?
really buff.
Oh,
Okay.
I walk a little closer and I yell very loudly. All of us and the armadillo need to get as close to the capital as possible.
Oh, I mean, okay. Roll an intimidation check, I guess, because you're screaming at this elderly man.
Yes, I am. Oh, 11.
Well, okay. You don't intimidate him, but you do. He is taken aback. He said, "Well, there's no need to yell, y'all. I know you got an armadillo to sell. You guys you want to go to the capital, and you want to sell your armadillo to go to the capital, of course."
Um.
Well, I'm leaving here in about a couple of hours. I got Jezebel here, and I got all these animals loaded up. I got to go to the next town to go trading. So bring in your armadillo down, and we can talk rates if you want.
Is there a way to figure out how much weight I can throw?
Okay. Yes. I'll look it up. It depends on your strength, I think, as you'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know if I wanna. I was thinking of like trying to throw the goat and just take the boat, but I don't know if I'll fail the check
You
correctly.
can push, drag, or lift a weight up to. You can push, drag, or lift a weight up to twice your carrying capacity, and you can throw. Um. You can throw an object. Uh. Hmm. Yeah, you could probably throw up to like 50. Well, I mean, what's your strength?
Is that it here? 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you could probably throw about. I mean, are you throwing it two-handed, one-handed? What are you throwing?
I was thinking of throwing the goat.
Oh, you totally could. Absolutely, you could.
How far?
Um, goat's about 40 pounds, 15 strength. Good 10 feet, 15 feet.
10 feet. I don't know if that would give us enough time to jack the skiff. Um,
Well, okay. Uh, it's a little inconclusive. Let me just double check. How much weight can you
I
throw into you?
also
The searching is. I'm searching for it, and it's a little unclear.
I have a backup idea.
Um. Okay. Okay. You can drag, lift, or you can push, drag, or lift weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity. 30 times your strength score. You can
That's okay.
no no
I
no
have
no no
another
no no no
idea.
no no no. You can drag, pull, or lift something up to 30 times your strength score, which is weird. Um, using carries determined by your strength. Listen, carrying your strength determines the amount of weight you can bear. Following terms define what you can lift or carry. Capacity, push, drag. Uh, okay, yeah, just roll an athletics check.
20.
Was it a 20 exactly?
It was a 16 plus 4.
Okay, okay, still. Well, you go up to Jezebel. So, Mizrae and Duatang are on the ramp, looking up while, looking up as this happens. Like below the ramp, looking up at Pinwheel, Grant's Pinwheel. You go up, or rather, no, you don't go up. I suppose because it's it's chewing your leg. You grab the goat that's chewing your leg, and you,
As far as I can.
as far in what direction?
Directly away from Pinwheel. As just regardless of direction, not towards him.
No, okay, but okay. Do you throw it? So north is the exit to where the skiffs lead out into the sand.
Mhm.
Uh, East of you are more animal pens. South of you is back to
Wait,
town.
the
West of
fancy
you
boat.
is
The fancy boat with the goblins.
west of
How
you.
far is it from me?
About 60, 70 feet. Do you try? You want
In,
to with the 20?
in that
Also,
direction.
okay. Okay. You pick up Jezebel and you throw her in that direction,
Hmm.
and she hits that goblin you were talking to originally in the back of the head, and he topples over. And Grant sees you do this. His eyes go exceptionally wide, and without a second's notice, he says, "What? Huh? This is why I don't like people." And jumps over the other side of the boat, the far side of the boat, and runs after his goat.
Okay, I get straight on the boat.
Okay. Then the rest of you
and I kind
follow.
of beckon to the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's behind.
Okay, we need to go. We need to go.
Okay. Do any of you know how to drive a Sandskiff?
We can figure it out.
All of you roll a vehicle proficiency check, if that's on
Where
your sheet.
is the vehicle? It is
That's
not on
not-
there.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. Stealth, sleight of hand, religion, perception, nature, medicine, investigation, intimidation. Yeah. All of you roll an investigation check
Investigation.
to see if you can figure out. Okay.
13.
11.
3.
No, you rolled the one
Okay,
plus
awesome.
I
two.
rolled
So
1. Yeah, sorry.
okay. Um. So Mizrae looks around and sees just trips over like a chicken that was still being still on the still on the skiff, and does not see, like, falls on their face and does not understand how any of this boat works at all, because what she's seeing is a a bloody nose. Now the two of you, what did you guys roll?
13.
13?
11.
11. You guys, okay. You guys see you guys notice some ropes and pulleys, and you see, like, at the very front there is or at the very front is, like, attached to the dock a rope, and at the very back is a spot. It doesn't have a wheel. It just has ropes you can grab onto.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say there wouldn't be like an anchor or anything.
no, but it is attached to the dock. So one of you probably should go attach that, and the like central core, the how you pilot it is at the back. There's no wheel. It's just a bunch of clusters of ropes that you tug, and that's kind of all you guys glean from this. You don't know how to do it. You just know where to go to start doing it. So which one of you goes to go steer, and which one of you goes to go unlatch that? You guys got to make your decision fast.
Does
now.
anyone have a blade to just cut the rope
Yeah,
that was attached to the dock?
Ms. Ray has a blade, but it has a bloody nose right now and tripped onto the ground. Duotang has a rapier, which is not a cutting weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them blade off me.
So at this point, Grant has made it all the way. Grant has made it there, and is like picking his goat up off of this goblin, and the rest of the goblins are all crowding around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got time. Can I take Miss Ray's blade?
Yeah. Sure. You Yeah, go on.
Could we wake up Ollie and make her mad?
You certainly could do that. Yeah. So Duotang grabs Ollie and shakes Ollie a little bit or something from her sleep. Maybe.
Oh no!
Well, it's up to you. You decide what you do. The plasmoid goes to pick up Ms. Ray's weapon, races to the front of the boat. Now you guys are starting to hear shouts and points in the direction. You just don't have time. You guys gotta do something now. People are starting to come over, and they see you on the boat, and they're starting to hurry a little bit.
Okay, can I snatch Ollie, shake it, look them dead in the eyes because they know me and don't like me, and hold the tail up to the rope that's attached to the
Okay,
dog.
yeah, you do that, and Ollie, I like this because it's also just even more that the plasmoid is the worst and Ollie hates the plasmoid. It's very good. Duotang retains their status of being happy, of being kind to the animal. Yeah, oh, she's pissed, and she shoots it out. You aim her tail because the fire you noticed came out of her tail. You turn her around at where the rope is, and immediately after shaking her awake from her slumber, basically half of the dock is set ablaze, and you catch a little bit of a sheep wool on fire, and it starts sprinting around. But you did burn that rope. And I'm guessing while this happens, Duotang, you're at the front, right? You're the one who goes to grab the controls.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do? So what you see in front of you is a mess of
Just row. Oh no.
just a mess of rope, yeah, that you would pull on to turn this sail. Roll an intelligence check for me.
10.
10. Okay. Roll a performance check for me. Because you again you don't glean anything from this. You just see ropes and that you know you have to pull it. Okay.
22.
So 22. Yeah. You out of sheer you using sheer luck and just acting like you know what you're doing. You pull you pull one of them, the sails unfurl, and you start slowly sliding out of the dock. While this is happening, Ms. Ray gets up, still has a bloody nose, less so now, and that chicken you tripped over is, poking your shin while you guys push off. As this happened, it's not happening fast enough, and the goblins are, now screaming and yelling and pointing and saying, "Get that! Fuck it!" You don't hear what they're saying, but in general, but it's a lot of, you'd imagine, get those bastards, get those monsters or something. They threw a goat at the boss, and one of them tries to. One of them runs up the side of the pier on your left side, the
Is
one
it
that
not
doesn't.
on fire?
No, the one that is the side that is not on fire. The left side, because it's surrounded in like a U shape. On the right side, you're burning the animal pen, and part of the building that you guys were in has started to catch fire, but the left side is fine.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up there and starts like waving his fist and um screams, "Y'all better get the fuck down right now if you know what's good for you."
Is he within smacking distance?
No, 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 no. It's like a good
Oh.
5 or 6 feet gap between you and the pier. But the point is, there are he could make that jump maybe, but there's a bunch of people behind you now. Screaming, and you've set the building on fire, so all of the other workers are now seeing what you're doing while you pull out. Very slowly. What I mean is, like, you guys are moving 10 feet every 5 or so seconds. You're not moving fast.
Can I toss like 100 or so ball bearings onto the dogs?
Okay, onto the side that is not on a fire, you toss 100 of your 1,000 ball bearings onto the ground.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a dexterity check then.
Dexterity is there. Nat 20.
Nat 20. You shotgun it out of your like. You pull up your little ooze hand and you shotgun blast out these ball bearings, and some of them hits this goblin in the eye, and he slips
No.
onto his back, and uh. Let me quickly roll just to make sure. There it is. Why is it loading so slowly? Okay. Yeah, okay. He falls backwards and hits his head, and it starts bleeding as you guys push off. You're still going slowly, but nobody can get you from the left side now. Duotang, you gotta do something to make this faster. Because you rolled a 20, you rolled a 22, uh, you start pulling, like I said, performance. You're just kind of going with the flow, and
Just
pulling random levers, and things start to keep happening the exact way you want them to, just out of sheer luck. So what do you do
Yeah.
describe the scene
Make
of
it-
what you're doing?
losing her shit just inside. Internally screaming. But it's working. It's all working.
What do you like say something cool while you're pulling these ropes? Like you rolled the performance, so everybody's seeing you do this like you're a natural born. So what do you like to say something to ease your party's fears, or what do you do?
Okay, we got this. We're all cool. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Just everything is fine.
You pull a second and third rope, and the sails start to like they twist and catch the wind even better, and now you guys have shot out like a cannon from this place, and you're out into you're into open desert about 30 feet, and you see behind you the building is one of the support beams on the pier that you shot collapses, and most of the rest of the building does as well. And you guys are going out into the wastes.
Cool. Which way? Which way is the wind going?
Well, you guys are heading straight out right now of the sands of like the pier, and you know that's directly north. So
Perfect.
You guys
Okay.
right now, while you're inside of it, know you're going exactly north.
That's really good. Okay.
Oh yeah. It's like just get as far away as the pier as possible.
Okay. That was a very
And then we can
unconventional way to handle that.
I
And
didn't want to date with one of these quirky characters for any longer.
you don't want to deal. You don't want to deal with a man with dementia. I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't want to put up. You don't want him to like tell weird tall tales about the war.
Not at all.
Okay. And you've also set their only means of income on fire. This is the only way the town made or got supplies. You guys know that, right?
Okay, we can fix it later.
You guys are the good guys. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you guys just hear, like, you get this flash briefly of right as you shoot out of Jenny hearing the commotion, exiting the saloon because it's only a couple of doors down, seeing you guys have set the building on fire, or seeing the fire, seeing you guys on Old Man Pinwheel's skiff, losing your minds, throwing shotgun, blasting out ball bearings. You know that she turns to you. You guys see briefly just one glimpse of her expression, and it is absolute bewilderment, and you guys get the impression of you guys see her sigh. And now you guys are out in the wastes. So do you guys? So Duotang is the person piloting, obviously. On this Sandskiff, on this Sandskiff, there was a sheep that you caught fire that had ran onto the ramp. So now it's just that chicken, Mizray, fell over, you guys, and a lot of straw, and it wasn't really cleaned recently, so there's a bit of manure. But that you guys have a really shitty boat to yourself.
Yay.
Yeah.
I am so exceptionally happy with how all of you handled that. Okay, so all you guys know is that you guys are going north. So you don't change your bearing. You just go straight. You tie the ropes around the little. So in the center, it's a bunch of ropes all around this little pole, and if you tie the ropes together so they don't move and the sail doesn't change direction, and
Okay.
you got it. You guys sail out for about an hour or so, an hour and a half. And the town of Gouth is well out of sight by now. And you guys, the sun starts slowly setting over the, well, not setting, but it's about midday. It's exceptionally swelteringly hot. This skiff doesn't have food, but you guys do have food on you. You got food and water. You got supplies.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are gonna need it.
Uh-oh.
Well, you got it's 60 or 70 miles to this capital from where you are.
I
Actually,
got
wait,
9 days rations, 4 pints of water.
actually, let me check my map. Oh well, no. Sorry. That was a misnomer. You guys have seen this map, right? These are continents that you're looking at. So it's actually you guys started with that little dip is in the southeast of the Dynasty of Balance. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the far tip. It's that little arc right above it. That's
Mhm.
where the town of Gouth was. So actually, you guys are approximately 300 miles away.
Good. That's good.
Do you guys want to do like another investigation check for me?
Yeah, I'd love to.
My God.
A good 4.
Okay.
Oh fuck!
You
I got
also rolled
21.
21. Okay, you're
Woo! I got D20.
you got in nat 20.
Not 20. Yeah.
Okay. So you know that just intuitively some like with the way it's moving through the sand, you in your like Sherlock Holmes vision, you see a grain of sand is exactly like half a centimeter long, and that means that means
That's
this.
huge.
That is a big. Yeah.
Okay, a quarter of it's half it's a millimeter long. There you go. You know what grain of sand is a millimeter long. This boat is about 50 feet long. 50 feet from end to end. So you know that using that using that in the grains of sand as they're flying past in the wind direction, you can tell that you're moving at about 10. No, not 10. You're at about 30 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well, 25 to 30 miles per hour. So you guys assume you'll get there in about 10
Nice.
hours. And it's
Okay.
already been about an hour or two in. So you guys are a little of the ways in, and it's been about an hour or two. The sun is high in the sky. You guys drink a little bit of your water because it is roasting out here.
Mm.
And you guys haven't changed direction at all. You're still going directly. Okay, wait. I won't say that for you. You guys were going north, as you'll see on the map. The town of Gouth is not exactly. It's not perfectly south of the capital. It's southeast of the capital. So maybe
Mhm.
you guys you guys try to orient yourself in that direction. Mizrae, you have the controls. Do you want to or do you guys want to roll to try to get yourself facing the capital?
Yes.
Okay. With that, I would say just a general like intelligence check, because if the sun is out and you guys know you were going north, if you do an intelligence check, you can find out where west is, I think.
2.
Okay, the plasmoid does not know how north, east, south, and west work at all. You've never read a map before. You've never had to. You're an alien. You don't know. You don't know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. You've never thought about it. Now the rest of you, please. A 4. Okay.
Intelligent.
Ms. Ray rolled a 4. Duotang, you rolled
A 9.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
No, I mean, you guys have been out, so it was a low check anyway. It was the check to pass was a 7. So Duotang passes it, and you orient yourself to the west of where you guys are, slightly west of where you're looking, and all of you kind of collectively agree. Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah.
Well, Mizrae and the Plasmoid both look at each other and I guess to be fair, Mizrae has been underground for hundreds of years, and the Plasmoid has been just stealing things and not really caring that much, and is also from
Mhm.
space. You're like, leave it to the above grounder, right? Leave it to the normie over here. And
Wow.
of this group, a tiefling is probably the most normal. That like normal person
Yeah.
you'd spot in any
Yeah.
in any environment. Anyway, it's been about 2 hours, and what is all of your guys' passive perception? So your passive perception will be if you go to senses on your sheet, it's right under saving throws. What is all of your guys' passive perceptions?
Wait,
11.
where? Hold on.
It's the section under saving throws,
Which
which are on the left side, right under your stats.
Oh, these. Passive perception.
My passive perception is 11.
11, 11, and 9. Okay. Okay. You guys keep going forward, and it's been about 2.5 hours now, and I want at about just exactly the 2.5 hour mark, you guys notice, or specifically, Mizray and Duatang notice something off in the horizon behind you. And if you want to make a perception check again, you can perhaps like an active perception check to look into that.
16.
Okay.
What's an act?
Wow, you got a -1 to perception. That's rough.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I'm crazy acrobatic though, if that helps.
Yeah, you're a master in
Oh, yeah.
acrobatics, means you have a +5.
I got a 5.
Okay, so the plasmoid notices somehow, even though it does not have eyes, the rest of you with eyes don't notice this, but somehow the plasmoid notices. It looks around and sees behind you is that opulent Sandskiff from before. Roughly, maybe a mile behind you. And it is much faster than your boat, and it bright shiny, bright shiny, not blue. I was gonna say blue. Sorry, bright. I guess not bright black, but a a a shiny new coat of paint that is black with flames on the front and a lip. And a little flag that it's got like a racing number on it, so it's got like a big ol' 7 on it on the or not the flag, the sail is blue with a or the sail is black with a blue 7 on it, and it's coming up behind you like a like a come from behind drag race. And you see, as it gets closer, or it's about, you'd estimate, about 5 minutes, or no, about 2 minutes from reaching you. And you see on board 4 very angry goblins.
Okay.
They're just coming and say hi.
Sorry, could you say that again?
I was joking. I just said they were coming to say hi.
Yeah, sure. So you guys are on this very rickety boat. And no, what do you guys do? You guys just let them come up beside? Do you try to prepare something? What do you do?
Just general question. because of the nat 20, does Duotang like remain proficient at steering these, or is it like
Oh yeah.
a single time thing?
Yeah, you can steer it pretty well. I'll say it. Was it a nat 20 for steering?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought it was a 20, it was like a 22, and it was like 19 plus 4 or something.
That was nat 20.
Okay, it was a nat 20. Okay. Yeah, yes, yeah. You know how to steer.
Woo.
So, okay, this Duotang gets back onto the controls as you come up behind, and you're ready to steer this boat, if need be.
Do any of us have a ranged weapon?
Yes, Mizray has a longbow. And Duotang can use
yeah.
spells. She's got Mahik.
Mahi.
Is the Sorry, you go.
I don't know what one. I guess. I don't know what spell would work if we use them.
Do you have vicious mockery?
You do have vicious mockery.
He's
Yeah, you could.
really sensitive about his appearance.
That is very true.
Oh no.
Also, Duotang, you could also pilot this boat as well. While you guys are thinking about that, all of you think about where you guys are going to be on this boat. As right now, pulling up slightly behind you, on your left side. Wait, that's the starboard side, right? It's either port or
Maybe.
it's either port or starboard. I think it's starboard if it's on the left and port is the right. Anyway.
The right is starboard, yeah.
Oh, the right is starboard. Okay, it pulls up on your port side. And it these four goblins, you notice that the man, the goblin with the slick backed hair is not on this boat. But you do notice the one whose head was bleeding earlier is. And he looks the most furious. And while this hot rod of a Sandskiff pulls up beside you, it shoots from its hull a harpoon into the side of your skiff.
Oh, I was gonna say Duotang could like try and serpentine, like just like
You try like okay.
away.
Yeah, while it pulls up behind you, you try to move away. Okay. Roll a. I'll say you're able to do it, but like what would that be? What would that be? What would that be?
Performance, maybe again.
Yeah, maybe performance. Or. Roll. Roll a performance check.
Alright. Say no 8.
Okay, you swerve to the side.
Tries.
Yeah, she tries. She leans it. She leans the front of the ship to the right, and so now it's facing away. It's the front of the ship was facing away, and you were starting to swerve away, but it hits you with that harpoon in the back, near where the steering, pole is. Yeah, it grabs you at a really weird angle. Instead of like perfectly into the side of the ship, it's like a diagonal angle into the back of the ship. And as it does this, the ship actually, because it hit in such a weird angle, the skiff your guys is on lurches, and now it's lurches and spins nearly 180. It's about like a 130-degree angle from where you were originally aiming, and you're facing the front of the ship is now facing directly away from the hot rod skiff at a diagonal angle, and you guys are being very roughly dragged behind this skiff. as it's going
Okay.
forward, and all of the goblins shout like a bit of a cheer when this happens.
So, like the gun end of the harpoon, where is that in the general scheme of the bigger ship?
On the hot rod ship, it is in like there are
Like
two. There are two.
like exposed or embedded in the side?
Uh, it is exposed. Yes,
And there's a goblin piloting it.
there is. Yes. So to give you a better description, one of the goblins is pulling those ropes to turn the ship. One fired that harpoon, and that the harpoon was shot from the middle of the ship they were on, like the middle of the middle of the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the middle of the railing, and the other one is in kind of a crow's nest. That's the one whose head was bleeding, and another is standing behind the person steering, because you guys are kind of at an angle behind it. The back of your ship is now like banging against the back of their ship.
Mm-hmm.
And he's standing at the back of the ship, preparing a wooden plank.
Okay, so they're trying to board.
They are trying to board.
Because I was gonna ask if I could climb up the rope. To
Oh
board
yeah,
them.
you totally could. Yeah. Roll roll an acrobatics check and an athletics check.
Acrobatics 14. Athletics 16.
Okay. You grab onto this rope, and like you initially tried to tightrope over it and slipped, but fell onto like you slipped, but your goopy arms caught it on the way down, so it's kind of going through your hands, and you start shimmying your way onto their boat.
Okay.
Very slowly. Again, your boat. You guys are moving at 30 miles per hour. Because of the way your guys' boat is, it's not sliding through the sand anymore. It's the sand is now flying, like almost being ramped directly into where you guys are. Because it's making a wedge in the ground, and that wedge is shooting sand up. Instead of putting it to the side of you, it's coming up and hitting you guys in the face, who are still on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And you also notice,
Oh, Ms. Ray.
Miss Ray?
Can I shoot the person that's driving?
Important note: you were near the front of the skiff, and it is now about that it's about 50 feet away from the person driving. And sand is hitting you in the face, and you are on unsteady footing, and because you guys already know that this skiff wasn't really well made, it's you see splinters trailing behind you as you guys go forward.
Who's the nearest guy to Ms. Ray then?
The nearest guy to Mizray would be that person setting up the plank, but still, it's like 40-50 feet. Duotang, you're about, because you're on the controls, you're about 20 feet, 10-20 feet
Yeah.
away with a bit of a gap in between. So, you can shoot him. I would just put disadvantage on that shot. Oh, wait. Actually, wait. Because you guys are thinking about that, and because you've already the ship has already been shot, I actually need you guys to roll initiative.
Initiative is there. 20, not nat, just 17 plus 3.
Okay, 20.
Was in it. Oh, okay.
17.
What was that?
17.
17. Thank you.
Initiative isn't the saving throw like that one.
No, it's
Next to armor class.
next to next to armor class
Okay.
under proficiency bonus.
Okay. I got a 5.
A 5, okay. Well, I will let you guys know that that guy's slipping because the plasmoid rolled a nat 20. You guys did. I did put a little bit of damage on that one goblin. So, but also these are all actually they're not regular goblins. They are dust goblins.
That's good.
It is good. Well, they live in the desert. So, first up, right now, is let me see. God, let me get them all. Let me get my note. It's got to pull up my notes for all of my rolls. One sec. I had my notes up. It just is loading so slowly. I'm gonna say. So, one of the goblins rolled a 20, and so it is going. It is going after. Oh wait, actually, wait, no. I'm actually right. In the case of a tie, you take your modifier, your modifier. So your initiative is plus. What is your initiative like plus plasmoid?
3.
Plus 3. Okay. And I will check theirs. So it's either you going or them going first. Actually, no. I'll take. Would you be okay if I took your turn to be you climbing the rope over? Or
I would prefer not to, but I also
well, no.
you're also the
I
DM.
meant getting onto the rope would be. If getting onto the rope was your turn, but you can also just say you can say no to that. That's fine.
Let's keep it fair, okay? Yeah.
I just started initiative too late, so
I was kind of engaging them anyway, so
yeah,
that's fair.
that's yeah. So there. Ba 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 ba. Where does it say there? It doesn't actually say there.
I do have a bonus action though.
You do have a bonus action.
So I'm gonna be on it next to the goblin who fired the harpoon, right?
No, you're still climbing over it.
Okay, so what? My bonus actions are just an unarmed strike. That's not super helpful.
You also can throw things as a bonus action. Oh wait, no, that's an action. Sorry. Yeah. So not very helpful.
Okay, cool.
Now, coincidentally, the person who you are next to, the goblin that the plasmoid is next to, is up.
That's good for me.
Wait. Okay. And he pulls out a light crossbow and shoots at the plasmoid. And let's see. They're all wearing cowboy hats, by the way. 12 plus 5. Okay, 17. Does that hit?
How do I know?
Your AC.
13, yeah.
Okay. And he shoots you for. He shoots you while you're hanging on this rope, shoots into your goo, and does Um, does wow? Okay. Does God? This better not be max damage, because that'll hurt really bad. Oh, yeah, it hurt really bad.
Oh.
What? How much health do you have?
9.
Oh.
Do you have any resistances to certain types of attacks?
So my dead.
Yeah, it hit you for 1d6 plus 3 piercing damage.
How do I know resistances? Where are they?
It would tell you in the top. It would be under defenses. You don't have any. Okay, you. This is bad. You. It shoots you. It shoots your hands. This goblin shoots an arrow through your hands, and you fall. Like you fall off of the rope into the sand, and the skiff that you were just on. You fall into the sand, and the skiff that you were just on hits you like a freight train as it's being dragged behind, and you are now back onto the skiff, and you are down. You are down.
Yay.
I will explain. So that doesn't mean you're dead. You're not dead.
Like Fortnite.
Yes, like Fortnite. Your friends can't. Oh my god. Yes, like Fortnite. Like Fortnite. Oh, that sucks. By the way.
Oh my god.
You need to get my card to the reboot, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What that means? I sure. Wow, you guys, that's so bad. That's so incredibly bad. These guys don't have a lot of health, so I thought this fight would be easier. Okay. Fuck, okay. Fuck, okay. Next up is the goblin who was trying to board your boat. And now seeing that it is, like, broken, basically, it's breaking at the seams, he instead pulls out his crossbow and, aims it at the rope attaching to the two skiffs.
So he's gonna set us free.
No, he's gonna shoot. He clips it with the arrowhead, and so the rope starts. You can see a small cut in it, but it's not fully severed, and the line goes a little more slack, and you guys, as this happens, because of the speed you're going at, it creates a massive bump. Like the entire whole of the ship bumps a little bit into the ground, and more pieces break off. Okay, and as he does this, he then rushes towards the front where the harpoon is, and tries to grab it. Tries to rush to the front after the end of his turn. He moves closer to the rope. Next up is Mizrae. So you're at the front of the boat that is about to be broken off from the rest. From the other boat, and I'll give you guys this impression. If that happens, it won't be good for any of you. You guys are moving at 30 miles per hour. This sand is buffeting you. If he severs the rope while you're still sliding through the sand, it'll slide and then suddenly stop, and explode.
Yeah, well,
It'll explode into splinters. You guys probably don't want that.
So, am I near the guy trying to get the harpoon?
You know, you're near the front of the boat that is breaking apart, so you're the farthest away from the boat that isn't. You basically you'd need to quickly either try to get to that rope or try to get onto the other boat. Though, what is your speed?
Um, 30 feet.
Okay, you could not you could get to the rope this turn. You could not get to the end of the boat this turn.
Okay, if I go to the rope, can I still attack?
Yeah, you could. You definitely could, and you would be significantly closer.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the rope.
So you sprint from the creaking hole from the front of this ship to where the rope is, to where the harpoon is attached in the side of the ship you're in. And what do you do? So there are two people near the person who shot the harpoon and the person who ran up and ran up after the harpoon was shot, and they tried to sever the rope. There's also someone driving, and there is someone in the crow's nest. There's a goblin driving a goblin in the crow's nest. The goblin in the crow's nest is already a little hurt, but that's both shooting above you and and farther away. The closest people to you are along the length of the rope. So the two people, the person who shot the harpoon, or the person who just tried to cut it, or yeah. So
Okay, I'm gonna. Can't tell which one is more important to take out or try to take out.
it both yeah, honestly depends on it depends on it both are bad, both are valid to try to kill.
She's
I'm
easier.
Neither. But they're the same distance, essentially.
Could
Yeah.
I was like, I guess vicious mockery would affect stun all of them, maybe?
Yeah, it's not your turn though.
Okay.
And I can't reach them with my sword, so I have to
No,
shoot.
you'd have to use your longbow. Yeah.
Can I shoot? I'm gonna aim for the one trying to cut the rope.
That makes sense to me. So roll your hit. Yeah, your hit. Yeah, you hit. You're fine. Petra rolled a 20. Not a
Mhm.
nat 20. So roll. No, roll. Yeah, your longbow. 1d8 plus 1. Did you click it?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay, no.
Two.
Ooh,
Awesome.
you did 2 damage, which is you so could have killed him, but you didn't. Okay. It hits him. I mean, it hits him hard. You cut through his whole right arm, and he drops the crossbow he was using. But it goes clean through that right arm, and it does a lot of damage. But he is not dead. Next up is the goblin in the crow's nest. He is going to jump, scamper down the rope, and he is going to try to. Actually, he's gonna go up and he says, "Served you right, assholes!" And he tries to he's going to go try to cut the rope with his sword. And he is so he would have been very focused on specifically the plasmoid, but now that the plasmoid is a piece of jelly, like hanging to the side of this boat being dragged, he doesn't care that much. He misses. He missed. That's his turn. He goes over and he tries to cut the. He goes over to try to cut the harpoon again, and he actually hits against the. He misses his swing and hits the like the of the harpoon and not the rope itself, and it makes a kind of a really pathetic twang. Now, next up is the goblin steering, and the goblin steering is going to try to shimmy the black hot rod skiff to the left to try to pull the harpoon free, and it's lodged really sturdily in there, but oh yeah, he rolled a 4. He actually he swerves it a little to the left, and that pulls you guys a little closer to their boat. It's still your skiff is still crumbling, and your skiff is still crumbling, but you are closer to theirs. And it makes the sand hitting you a little less aggressive. And so, and next up is not actually Duotang. It's Oli.
You baby.
The little baby. By the way, this little baby has more health than the goblins do. She jumps out from inside of your bagpipes, Duotang, because you were piloting, and jumps out onto the deck of the like the back deck that is now close to the other ship, and goes to jump on it. Uh-oh. It says I'm offline. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, that was strange.
Yeah.
Her athletics is not great, but I will roll for her. Okay. She rolled a 12. So she does make it over to the other side. Well, she doesn't jump, but she doesn't make it fully over. She's hanging along with her claws. She's hanging along the side of the black skiff, embedded in the side of it, and she is a firm yellow.
Oh no.
Which, if you guys remember, means she is terrified. And now it is Mizray.
You mean Duotang?
Oh yeah, Duotang. Yeah, right. I was reading Mizray in my notes while looking up at Oli's stuff. It is Duotang. So you were right. You could also go to make that jump, or maybe, which again, frankly, this boat isn't. You guys get the impression that the goblin's main goal is to break the rope and kill all of you. But also, do note that the plasmoid is stuck to the side of your skiff. So if you wanted to, you could also go help the plasmoid up.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Or okay,
I was thinking,
the plasmoid weighs a lot, but you could like, I don't know. The plasmoid is a goop on the floor. You can't pick the plasmoid up. You don't have like a healing potion to give the plasmoid. Or wait, I mean, you might have a healing spell. I don't know.
Is there a net on board?
There's a net on the side of the other ship. There's a net on the side of both ships. You're caught in the net of this skiff.
Am I securely in the net?
Yeah, but yeah, sure. Yes.
Can I rest?
No. No, that's not how D&D works. No.
They're just taking a nap, Bruno.
Do a tang. Yeah, do a tang. What do you do?
But I would have done like vicious mockery. Also, like going to help the plasmoid.
Okay, so with D&D, by the way, you can move and then you can do an action and a bonus action. So you can move and do something.
Yeah, so it's like Dutang would like step away from the ropes.
Oh yeah, there's no need to be anywhere near those.
Yeah, and so she'd go to help the plasmoid, try and go for the net and everything. Looks up and tries to like see through the sand and just fully tries to get a look of like the boat, like the ship.
Okay.
And how fucking god awful it looks.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, so, if you try to pick up the plasmoid, if you try to, you physically lift up the plasmoid, I'll consider that a bonus action. And so you want to run to, so, the skiff you guys are on is kind of, it's kind of tilted about 45 degrees on its right side, so the plasmoid is on its left side, which is now the top of the boat. And that Mizray is right by the rope, which is all three of you, if you go to get all three of you will be pretty much right next to each other if you go do this.
Mm-hmm.
The rope is to the right of the plasmoid, and that's where Mizray is. The bigger skiff is it's yeah. So you go up to, what you said, you go up to the plasmoid and and what?
Like try and struggle, like, because all the sand's blowing everywhere, and so Dutang's trying to like look around and like get her like everything like environment in, and looks up at the boat,
Mm-hmm.
the ship, and it's like, oh my god, it's god awful. And then I would want to do vicious mockery and be like to stun them.
Okay. First, can you roll a an athletics check for me? Do you want to pick up the plasmoid, or do you want to leave it and her where they are?
I could try pick up.
Okay.
Looking at athletics and this is 0. I'm like, whoop.
Yeah, you can try. I mean, if you fail that, I'll still let you do vicious mockery, though.
Okay. Oh, 12.
You pick up a little bit of the plasmoid. You pick up like half of it, and the rest is still stuck in the rope, stuck in the rope, and so you're kind of like pulling the plasmoid like putty or like dough. And you got it mostly picked up. And do you say, "This is god awful"?
I'd be like,
What do you? Okay.
Oh, what I was gonna say.
First, roll your vicious mockery. Oh, speak with animals and healing word. That's interesting.
Yeah, vicious mockery. So this one.
Yeah. Actually, click
Run.
on. No. That's don't do that yet. Click on. Who are you aiming it at? You need to string until it's placed with subtle. The spells. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take one. Okay. Who are you attacking?
It couldn't work for the whole.
No. Wait.
No,
You only shoot until it's laced with sudden enchantments at a yeah, it's one creature.
one creature. The one closest to the rope is.
Okay, so do you want to hit the one that Misray hit? The one that's already slightly injured? Because there are 3 people crowded to where the ropes are. There is the one that is bleeding from its head, the one Misray shot through the arm, and the one who actually launched the projectile.
Would it make sense to send it to the one that launched the projectile? So it's like,
All 3 of them are trying to cut this rope. So,
yeah.
you have your best chance of killing the one who is the 2 that are already hurt. So either the one who's bleeding or the one Misray shot.
Maybe the one mystery shot.
Okay. So you don't need. So that is like a wisdom saving throw, and that means I have to roll a dice and see. Yeah, does not pass. Okay.
Oh.
No. You hit. Goblins are not very wise, as you might imagine. So 1d4 psychic damage, disadvantage on the next attack roll before the end of its turn. Okay. 1d4 psychic damage. Do you want to roll the damage? Because you rolled before you actually hit, so I won't take that as your damage. Just roll damage again.
This one.
Yeah.
2.
2. Okay. Yeah, he is on death's door. You say this is god ugly, and you see you see a little tear for as you kind of get the impression that he's. Oh, you just hear a little. Hey, my mom helped me design this, and he's almost dead. And now it's top of the order, which means this will be the first time we've had to do this. I think. You roll a death. You need to roll a death saving throw, Plasmoid.
Oh, where is it?
1 sec. I'm looking it up. I'm looking up how to do that on D&D Beyond. Make a special saving throw called a death saving throw to determine whether you creep closer to death or. Wait, did you already put your health at 0?
Oh, no, I didn't. I need to. There we go.
Okay,
There
yeah.
we go.
Roll a death save.
Is it this? Click this.
Probably. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Oh, this. Do I just roll the normal die for this?
Yeah, roll it. Wait. Unless it's resultant death damage isn't permanent, even death is reversible. When a creature receives healing of any kind. Death saving throws. When you make a death saving throw and. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Roll. Roll a d20. That counts as a success. So with the death saving throw, you roll up. If you roll above a 10, it's a success. If you roll below a 10, it's a failure. And if you roll a 20, it counts as 2 successes. If you roll a 1, it counts as 2 failures. If you get either 3 successes, you're fine. You stand back up with 1 HP. If you roll, if you roll a 3 failures, your character's dead.
Okay.
So next, that is your turn because you can't do anything else. The goblin who shot the harpoon is going to try to again, cut the rope.
Sorry, Discord audio glitch. I had to leave and rejoin.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, okay. It does not. Okay, it misses the rope. You guys are so fucking lucky. It rolled a goddamn 6. Okay, the harpoon that was shot. He tries to cut it with his short sword, misses again. It makes another twang, and all of you kind of get a little inspired because these guys are kind of goofball idiots. I mean, they're dock workers. They're not fighters. Well, at least you would assume they're not. Now it is up to it's back to the goblin who's now crying because you insulted his mother's paint job. He's going to try the exact same thing. He's going to try to cut the rope. Holy shit, he rolled a 5. I'm not...
Skill
Okay.
issue.
That's gotta be your next vicious mockery. Oh, okay. Well, shit. Again, it's more twanging. It's more like pathetic. He misses and now is bursting sobbing. He's bleeding from his arm, and he's sobbing. He falls to his knees. And now it's Ms. Ray's turn.
Okay, who has the most HP?
The most HP would be the goblin who shot the harpoon.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at him.
Okay. Now, as your DM, I just want you to know that if that rope breaks, it will not be good for you. You don't want to keep staying on the ship.
So can I make it over?
Yeah, because the driver made such a shitty roll, it's actually closer to you now, so you could jump onto it pretty easily.
Okay, then I'd like to jump onto the ship.
Okay, jumping is a bonus action, so that it takes 3 movement, just 3 meters of movement. Yeah, okay. So roll an athletics check.
19.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. You use the you run up the side of the ship. You pass where the goop of the plasmoid is stuck into the ship, and you jump. I mean, I don't know. Maybe use your friends as a step stool to get over. But you jump over the side and now are on the big ship, and you're safe from any danger of being on the ship. And you can still use an action. So this actually means you're close enough to hit the goblin who is bleeding from the head with your longsword, if you so wished.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. Holy shit! Oh, you rolled a 22. Okay. Yeah, you hit. So if you can either hit one-handed, that's 1d8 plus 4, or two-handed, that's 1d10 plus 2.
Which one's better?
Both have the same maximum amount.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna do 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
5. Awesome.
By the way, 1d8 plus 4, it means you would have killed him no matter what you did. Yeah. So you run up to the goblin, and it's similar to the other to the man who shot you in the arm earlier, before the saloon. Similarly to that man, you run up and, just as is your signature style, I'd imagine you cut off his head in one clean sweep. So now he's not just bleeding from the head; he's bleeding from the stump where his head used to be. Again. And he's out. 5 damage. He's dead. He a dead one.
so they're super weak. That's great.
They're super. They hit hard, but they don't have a lot of health. That's for sure. Now it's back to the goblin who's steering again, who has seen somebody actually board and is now going to let go of the reins and try to run up behind Ms. Ray and attack her. He's going to try to jump from the little raised section where the rope pulley system was that controls the ship. He's going to try to jump down and hit. He's going to roll a. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What is your AC?
11.
Yeah, he hits. Yeah, he rolled a 10 plus 5. They do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of health, but they are almost certain to hit you. So he rolls a plus 3. Plus 3. Jesus. Okay. He hits you for 7 damage. He comes up behind you and slashes down your back and cuts through your armor. It's not a horribly deep cut, but it does. I mean, it's not like it doesn't hit any vital organs. You're not dead. You're not down, but it definitely causes severe damage. And now it will be Oli's turn, and Oli will try to climb the ship and get aboard. Okay. Yeah, she climbs up the side. She uses her little claws, and it makes this horrible, tiny little scraping sound as it climbs up the side. And it's now on, and it rolls immediately into a little yellow ball that is a little yellow ball once it knows it's safely aboard. Now, it is Dutang's turn.
Oh
I have a
god.
question.
Yeah, you have a question? Go on.
According to the notes, when she's yellow, she can send an electric current.
Yes, she can. But she's not touching anyone.
Okay.
But what you do notice is that from where she climbed up the wall into where she is now, there's a yellow line of zapping electricity attached to the surface.
Okay.
Now it's Dutang's turn.
I think she'd still be trying to pick up like handfuls of the plasmoid.
Okay. Roll an athletics again.
Please. 3.
Yeah, okay. You get a little bit more. You get just enough where you could kind of you could jump to the other side and kind of make a little plasmoid bridge, and the plasmoid wouldn't fully. You've got the majority of the plasmoid in your hands. It's really like it's hundreds of pounds of goop slopping around in there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plasmoids
I think
are
she
dense. Oh, yeah, what does she do?
She tried to jump over also.
Okay, she tries to jump over.
So
Roll again. Roll an acrobatics check.
okay. 10.
Actually, can you roll? Can you roll one more time? Because I'm gonna give you disadvantage because you're carrying hundreds of pounds.
Is it acrobatics again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh! 3.
Shit. Okay, you jump over and the stickiness. You try to jump across with the plasmoid, but because it's part of it's still stuck, and it's so heavy, you don't. You jump, and it like a rubber band swings you back into the boat. Into the skiff on its side, so now you're hanging from the side of the skiff. Sand is hitting you, and you're just clinging to the plasmoid like a rope along the side of it, dangling.
My life.
And now it is the plasmoid's turn again. Plasmoid, you need to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. You need to roll another saving throw. Just roll a d20.
Yay. 6. Fail.
No.
Fail. Yep. Okay. Now it is. Once more, it is the goblin who has tried to shoot that harpoon, and now that one of his friends has died, he is not actually going to focus on the rope as much. He's going to try to attack. He's going to try to run around the goblin who's on his knees sobbing. Actually, he's going to try to use him as a stepping stool and do another leaping strike on Mizray with his short sword, and
Gonna die.
oh shit, he rolled a 1!
I'm not gonna die.
You're not gonna. You're totally not gonna. He jumps on his friend, and like uses his friend as a stepping stool. Jumps over, pulls out his sword, tries to hit you with it, but misjudges because now remember all of these characters are short. Goblins aren't huge, but they're like 3 to 4 feet. So he actually gets too much height, jumps over Mizray and hits the goblin who just cut her back, stumbles and jumps over, stumbles into him, and they both trip backwards. And that's his turn. Now the goblin who is sobbing on the floor is going to see Mizray, who just insulted the paint job, totally clinging on for dear life to this weird green goo, and is gonna be a little reinvigorated. It's gonna it smirks a little, and once more goes to chop that rope. But yeah, it has disadvantage though, because Vicious Mockery imposes disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of his turn. Which is good for you guys. But not good enough. He pulls out his sword, and he... Shit. Well, I don't know how you guys are gonna handle this. He does cut it.
Yay.
Oh no.
He cuts it. And you guys are slipping alongside. You guys are still moving alongside at the same speed, but you are moving alongside at the same speed, but you guys have 2 turns to get on that boat, or I'm killing the both of you because it's going to explode. Actually, yeah, 2 turns. Each turn is about 6 seconds total, so... It's going to slide along for a little bit, and then it's going to get caught, and it's going to get caught, and it's going to shatter. So, it is now Mizray's turn. You have 2 goblins behind you, 1 goblin in front of you. The goblin in front of you makes a very satisfied chuckle, and he's the one who's the most hurt, and the other 2 haven't been touched at all.
Okay.
Do any of you have just like do any of you have rope in your packs? I guess Mizray, there are ropes on the side.
I have 50 feet of rope in me. So...
That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. That's a good point. You do have 50 feet of rope in you, and Duotang is holding on to you. So my point is,
Yeah.
Mizray, you can either attack these goblins near you, or you can try to help your friends get back onto this boat. You can try to find a
Um,
way. This is where this shit has hit. You guys got really lucky, but that goblin rolled a 17 and a 15, and had disadvantage on the
Oh.
attack. So
okay.
you don't need. Okay, you could also use something on the ship to try to throw to them. There is rope along the side of the ship. Remember we said that, like netting to climb, or you can attack goblins. It is your choice. I'm not. I can't tell you what to do here because I don't know what I would do.
Um, s- if I were to throw them rope,
If you were to throw, you could throw them rope. But you'd also have to do you tie it to like the railing of the ship? Are you using the rope that's already attached to the ship in like that netting? What do you do?
I'm gonna use the netting on the side of the ship.
Okay, so describe to me how you do that. It's tied to like the railings. And it's tied to the railings at the top where you are, and it's swinging alongside the side of the ship. So to like get a good enough, a good enough throw, you'd have to lift it up and then try to toss it.
Okay, I cut it off and I gather it and then I
Okay,
toss it.
you cut it off, you gather it in your hands, uh, and okay, I'm you don't toss all of the rope, right? You
No,
tie
I
some
hold
of
on.
it to the boat.
Yeah, I tie some of it to the railing.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check for me.
16.
Okay. Yeah, you toss it and uh, it makes it successfully over there. It makes it like the bundle you unfurl. You do like a little because it's yeehaw times. You do a little lasso. You toss it over, and it makes its way around Duotang. Um, but it does not pull it's just securely around Duotang right now. Um,
Oh,
and now it is the goblin who who initially attacked Mizray with it jumped down and slashed Mizray's back. He is going to he's just been like knocked off balance by the goblin who tried to attack you the second time, Mizray, and he does not see you attach this rope. He just goes to try to he just goes to try to attack you again.
and now I die.
I can't say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume.
You don't.
I don't?
Well, actually, wait. Yeah, what is your AC?
11.
Shit, he rolled a 12. So he. What's your health at? 4?
4.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm dead.
He hits you for it was 1 plus 3. It was exactly 4. He stabs his sword. He picks up his
Oh.
sword that was just on the ground, and he stabs it through your whole body, and you fall over onto the sword, onto the ground. And with that, it is Oli's turn. And Oli is going to Oli unfurls itself, sees this scene, sees specifically Duotang, Duotang in such a helpless state, and that you threw a rope at Duotang to try to help, and so Oli is going to roll over, past the goblins on the ground, and try to very hurriedly lick you to see if that does anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't touch any of the goblins. It rolls a trail around the side of the goblins. And it's created like an arc around them. So there's a little trail of lightning to their left, but it has not touched them. And I'm going to see if this... Okay. Okay. She starts thinking of the way, like, you made her... Duotang made a little bed for her and, like, caressed her while she was sleeping and trembling. And starts to get happier. And it's now orange, so she's gone from yellow to orange, but that does not mean she has actually successfully licked you yet. I was rolling to see if she could, if she could successfully get herself to change her emotions. And she did. She rolled a 19, so she does lick you. Well, don't crash. Goodness. Oh, shit. How does healing work when you're dead? Ms. Ray, click on where it says failure success. Go to where it says healing and do 4. And hit apply changes. Okay.
And I'm alive again.
You're up. You still have a sword through your body, but you're able to act next turn. You're still on the ground, but so Oli, thinking about all of the kindness Duotang has shown it, was briefly able to turn orange, and its little glowing orange tongue licks Mizray, and that flash of orange light envelops Mizray's body and heals her a little. It heals her a little bit. She's still unable to move, and immediately, as if like she can't maintain it, Oli's body changes back to yellow, and that's her turn. And now it is Duotang's turn.
God.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I've seen, so like the rope or the net got thrown to us.
Yeah, it got thrown to you. I made the.
I was thinking like,
is okay. Ms. Ray, did you do it? Did you throw it like a loose end? How did you throw the rope over? Did you just like toss a loose end of the rope that was tied? Did you send it? I don't know. Ms. Ray, did you just send it as like you just tossed a rope to the side? Set the scene. Was it tossed? Did you toss like a little knot at the end? Did you throw it like a lasso to try to hook her? What did you do?
Well, I attached it to the railing, and then I just threw it, but since it's a net, one of the holes got around Duotang, and now Duotang's in one of the holes.
I'll say one of the holes caught Duotang's foot.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So, you have one foot that's caught on this rope attached to the bigger ship, and you have what you're still holding on to the plasmoid because you couldn't have caught it. Obviously, you're using both hands to. What do you do?
I was thinking, because Duotang's been holding the plasmoid, she instinctively like reaches out, but because she's so sticky from holding the plasmoid,
oh yeah,
she like grabs on, and it's like she can get a better grip of the rope or the net and all that.
Hey, the plasmoid. How do you feel about you being let go of in this situation when you
With
can't
just one
move?
hand.
Uh,
Just one.
with one hand.
Oh wait. I'm sorry.
With one hand. Okay, good. So
Okay, go.
you're still holding the plasmoid, right? You got the plasmoid still.
Yeah.
You one okay. Your
I
right
was like
arm.
holding
Your
up with like her leg, like you know when you have like a pile of clothes and you're
yeah.
trying to balance it, so like your one leg is
Plasmoid.
like holding it.
Plasmoid. The way Duoting described it, you were almost just left behind.
Yay!
No.
So okay. Lifting your leg, your right hand is wrapped around the plasmoid in the big main bunch that you had it, and your left hand reaches out. You lift up your leg that was caught on it, and the stickiness tries to grab the rope or this net, right? Now, roll a absolutely. You have to roll an athletics check for this.
Oh fuck. Oh no. Athletic. There. I. Please. Oh.
That's a 20. Yeah, you get it. 20.
Okay.
Oh shit! That was a nat 20.
That was a nat 20.
I saw it with my eyes. That was a nat 20. You slowly
That's
lift your leg while
yeah.
this sand is buffeting you, and you manage to loop your left arm into that rope. And so now you're kind of acting as a bridge, holding on to the plasmoid in one hand, and holding on to the rope of the other ship with your left hand. Kind of like the netting is looped into your arm, into like your elbow, and the plasmoid is being held by your elbow at the same time.
Yeah.
And now it is the plasmoid's turn again.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. Roll.
Roll. I
That's
guess
awesome. 7.
7. That's so bad. Two failures, one success. That's so bad, everyone. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay.
Sorry, is that good? Is that
Shush. Shush your mouth. I have ways of dealing with it if you guys die. I just really don't want you to. Because I think it's more fun if you don't. However, I'm not gonna lie or fib on any of these dice rolls. There is no like Withers from Baldur's Gate who can revive you if you die. If any of you have played that. So it is the Dust Goblin who jumped over Mizray to try to attack her, or jumped on the other goblin to try to attack Mizray. And he pushes himself off the ground and sees Mizray with a sword through his body. And so what he decides to do is go after that little fucking creature go after that little weird armadillo on the ground. He sees this weird glowing electric ball, and he immediately goes to like slash at it with his sword, or like knock it away with his sword, because he saw that it licked Mizray and it did something, but if you saw someone with a whole sword through their body, you would not think they were a particular threat. By the way, I want you guys to be aware that I think Oli has the highest AC of any of you. I'm using an actual, like, homebrewed armadillo, and because of its natural sturdy armor, quote, it has a natural AC of 15. And
oh my god.
so this goblin goes to go roll it away, roll Oli away, and with his sword makes contact with Oli while she is in her shell. While she is in her shell, and he actually does. He tries to because she's in her electric mode, and he is using a, let's see, short sword. Iron, famously a little conductive of electricity.
Only a little.
He rolled a 5 on his saving throw. Actually, wait. What is his wisdom? Actually, he rolled a 4 on on his saving throw, and um, does knock Oli away a little bit, but in the process, shocks himself for 4 damage. Shit, that's most of his health. Oh my god, Oli, no! The plasmoid better start being nicer to Oli after this. Holy shit. It's saving your guys' asses. So, he, tries to cut this armadillo, and his sword hits it. It doesn't dent it at all, and kind of like a Looney Tunes cartoon, his whole body, does zzzz, and you can see his skeleton, and his hair is all poofed up and singed, and he falls to his knees again. He falls to his knees, and just like another goblin who's up next, who fell to his knees, fuck. Okay. Also, by the way, Duotang, remember you have inspiration. That means any time at all, you can spend that to gain advantage on any roll, meaning you roll 2 dice to gain the higher result.
I see.
Remember, you can use that anytime. I just saw your character sheet now. Now, the goblin who just severed the rope sees Ms. Duotang still hanging on, even though, again, you insulted his mom helped him with that. It's really fucked up. He goes to shoot Duotang with the bow, with his crossbow. He picks it up off the ground. His right arm is still bleeding, and he goes to shoot you as you're holding the plasmoid in one hand and the thing of the nicer ship in the other. And now that you've touched his ship, he seems even angrier.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh no.
Well, you don't have an AC. You don't. So he rolled a 22 to AC, which I imagine does hit.
Yeah. Oopsie.
And he does hit you for fucking, are you kidding me? 8 damage.
Oh no.
That means you are at 1 health, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Shaping up to be the shortest campaign perhaps ever.
See, this would have been a way easier fight if that harpoon had attached into the side of the ship instead of attaching into the back of the ship. Because of that original really bad swerve in the beginning, this has made this fight so much harder. And now it is actually Mizre's turn again. You have a sword through your body. There are 2 goblins who have 1 HP, and 1 goblin who has 5 HP.
My bonus action. Do I have a bonus action for combat?
You would have to look at your bonus actions.
It says 2 weapon fighting.
Oh, shit, wait. You do know you have second wind, so you could heal yourself? That's actions in fighting. Okay, well, roll, are you gonna use second wind as your action? Oh, that's a bonus action. Okay, yeah. So that means you could heal yourself and also attack.
Yes.
So roll a d10. And then it's plus your level, which is 1. So you heal yourself with 5 damage, and now you can attack. So you are looking really, really healthy, actually. Unfortunately, she is at 9 of 11 health. Ms. Ray is, so that's.
Oh,
I mean, this is shaping up to be a similar level of disaster. So, anyway, who do you want to attack? There's two people with there's two goblins, 1 HP, and one with full health. The one with full health is the one whose sword is through your body.
Is one of them like electrocuted?
Yeah, one of them was electrocuted. Yes.
Okay.
So the the one who was electrocuted is almost dead, and the one who was told his ship was stupid is almost dead as well. The one who stabbed you is totally fine and hasn't been touched at all.
Okay, I'm gonna attack him.
The one who's fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I don't know.
But it's totally up to you. I think it would make sense. His sword is in you. He's the one who hit you both times. He hit you on the back and hit you through the body.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't okay. You used your bonus action on healing yourself, so you can't do the 1d10 plus 2. That would require you to do two-handed fighting, and you're using one-handed, so if we do damage. So, yeah, roll your attack.
11.
Okay. Hey friends, this is your DM here. And unfortunately, we lost about 25 minutes of footage after this, which sucks, just a hardware issue. So I'll be explaining what happened. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to see the cool stuff, but I'll try to make it interesting. After Ms. Ray was healed, she went on to try to stab the person who attacked her, and she missed. Of course, barely cutting off a little bit of his hair, and at the same time, Duotang was able to manage to use Healing Word to heal the plasmoid just as the ship exploded. Just as the ship exploded, and they were both able to climb aboard the ship and defeat the remaining goblins inside. Though exceptionally very angry, our wonderful roly-poly-oly, while exceptionally angry, was able to attack and kill the idiot who had tried to stab her with the sword. Also, and I don't know if this showed up in the recording, but with where it cut off, but one of the goblins, the goblin who jumped over Ms. Ray initially, tried to stab our armadillo, and because of that, electrocuted himself on her electric shell, and then had a hole burnt through his chest using her flaming tail. And that hole ended up burning a hole in the sail of this hot rod ship that they're on now. They managed to dispose of the other goblin, the other two goblins inside. The one that was insulted using vicious mockery, he was killed by the plasmoid as it climbed up the side of this hot rod ship, and in typical plasmoid fashion, it headbutted, using some of the splinters of the exploded ship, headbutted this goblin and killed him, while Ms. Ray was able to take the sword that was in her body and stab it through the goblin who had stabbed her, killing him as well. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the recording was destroyed, but where we find ourselves now is they had survived. They were now on the ship that had accosted them, while theirs had exploded hundreds of feet behind them. and they've all scrambled up to the top, and slowly that sail burns through, and they find themselves stranded in the desert with no idea of their bearings, no idea where they might be in relation to anything else, and no way to leave via the ship. I'm so sorry that had to end this way. It was really fucking frustrating to see that. Oh, the recording ends at 2 hours 35 minutes instead of the 3 hours that we finished. You guys, basically the plasmoid was healed and was able to do something cool, whereas couldn't most of that fight, and everyone else got through it due to the kind of lovely roly-poly-oly, like the grace of the armadillo. And with that, we're going to start recording on a separate computer now for obvious reasons. We're going to do it in a different format. It'll still look the same to you guys, but hardware issues have caused this computer to not be viable for recording for significant amounts of time, which is just, which just sucks. So, with that, please offer any suggestions, any comments. If you like any of this stuff, we've been saying, and you want to hear more of it, follow my Twitch channel, which is at AlbaEcto. Follow the YouTube channel if you want to see the full VODs where these would be uploaded at AlbaEctophila. Follow my TikTok if you guys want to see some funny clips from the streams that I do. We premiere these streams every night after recording on my Twitch channel if you want to see the chat's reaction, and if you have any suggestions about like magical items, any interesting or fun scenarios you want me to put the players into, you can reach out to me at AlbaEctophila at gmail.com. Or you can find me on my Discord, which you can find through my Twitch channel. And you always could send me a DM. It would be greatly appreciated. I just want to hear you. I want to do some audience interaction, if possible. And I want you guys to come up with fun items to see or if you want your name in the show, if you want any, if you want to be included, let me know, and I might be able to find a way to get that done. I'm so sorry that it had to end this way. It's so frustrating. But there really was no way to get the footage that we had lost back, so this will be added on to the end of the episode, and I am so sorry to cut so abruptly, but yeah, you missed some cool stunts where Duotang was able to save the plasmoid climbed up the ropes, and they all survived, but now they're stranded. So, and not further ado, I'll leave you guys there. Next week, it should be to go smoother, but this was the most fun I've ever had with any of the campaigns we've done, or any of the sessions we've done. I think everybody really came to their own this week. And also, do note that, as a whole, that the plasmoid was healed to 7 HP, that that Mizray is still at 9 of 11 HP, and and Duotang is at 1 HP because she was shot while trying to hold on to the plasmoid. Okay, thank you. Bye.